My name is Margaret Chen. I'm 68 years old, and the day my son called to tell me he was selling my house was the day I stopped being a victim. Mom, Lisa and I talked it over. The market is hot right now, and you don't need all that space. We'll split the proceeds 70-30. The papers are already filed. My son, Marcus, the boy I raised alone after his father left. I worked double shifts at the hospital for 35 years so he could go to college. Marcus, this is my home. We're doing this for you. Lisa found a nice facility. You'll make friends. The movers come Thursday. Click. I sat in my kitchen and smiled because my son didn't know about the storage unit. 3 months earlier, I'd found my lead sister Ruth's box in the attic. Ruth had been a financial advisor. She died 2 years ago, leaving me a key and a note. Maggie, when you're ready to stop being everyone's doormat, open Unit 247 at Secure Store on Maple Street. Don't tell anyone, especially not that ungrateful son of yours. That afternoon, I took the bus to the storage facility. Inside, Unit 247 were boxes and a letter. Dear Maggie, you always thought I was cold. Huh? You were right. While you sacrificed yourself for everyone, I was investing our parents' inheritance. Not for myself, for you. You have $2.3 million in bonds and stocks. The papers are in the blue box. Use lawyer Gerald Hoskins. And Maggie, make them earn your love this time. All my love, Ruth. I sat on that concrete floor and cried, not from joy, but from fury at myself. For 40 years, I'd been so busy being a good mother that I'd taught Marcus I had no value. The next day, I met Mr. Hoskins. The documents weren't real. Mrs. Chen, what would you like to do? First, can you stop the sale of my house? Already done. Your son didn't have legal authority. The paperwork was fraudulent. Don't tell him yet. Second, I need you to investigate Marcus and Lisa's finances. What I learned was enlightening. Lisa had convinced Marcus I was secretly wealthy and hiding money. They had taken out a $150,000 loan against their inheritance and spent it all on designer clothes, a sports car, and a condo they couldn't afford. Perfect. Marcus called after returning from Europe. Mom, great news. We found a cash buyer. We can close next week. Marcus, the house isn't for sale. It never was. You committed fraud. Silence. What? You forged documents. I have a lawyer. You're going to learn what happens when you treat people like they're disposable. Mom, we need that money. We have debts. I know about the debts, Marcus. All of them. Come to the house tomorrow at 2 p.m. Bring Lisa. And they arrived looking terrified. We sat in the living room where I'd raised them. Sit down and listen. I laid out everything. The fraudulent sale, the forged documents, the $150,000 debt. You're going to lose everything, I said calmly. The condo, the car, possibly your freedom if lenders press charges. Mom, please, Marcus was crying. We made a mistake. We just wanted our fair share. Your fair share of what? Of the sacrifices I made so you could have a better life? Lisa spoke quietly. Mrs. Chen, I'm sorry. I pushed Marcus to do this. You both looked at me and saw an obstacle to money, not a person, not your mother. This I get broken. Here's what's going to happen. Mr. Hoskins will help you restructure your debts. I won't press the charges, but you will work to pay off every penny yourselves. But how? The same way I figured out how to raise you after your father left. Get second jobs, sell the car, downsize. This is the last gift I'm giving you, Marcus. The chance to learn what I should have taught you years ago. Nothing worth having comes easily. Marcus looked at me with something I hadn't seen since he was a child. Respect. Mom, I'm so sorry. Sorry isn't enough anymore. 6 months passed. Marcus called every week. He got in the second job, construction during the day, deliver food at night. Lisa was waitressing. They sold the car, moved to a small apartment. Mom, he said one evening, I never realized how hard you worked. Every day I'm exhausted, and this is just to pay off debt, not to raise a child alone. Now you understand. 1 year later, they invited me to dinner. Their tiny apartment was simple but clean. Mom, he said, we paid off half the debt. We should have the rest in 18 months. I'm proud of you. He looked shocked. Really? Yes. You're taking responsibility. That's all I ever wanted. Lisa took my hand. Mrs. Chen, I was wrong about you. You're the strongest person I've ever met. Marcus cleared his throat. Mom, I've been thinking about everything you did for me, and I realize I never actually thanked you for raising me, for sacrificing for me, for being there every single day. Marcus? No, let me finish. You loved me unconditionally, and I threw that away from money I didn't earn. I'm deeply sorry. I felt something shift. Not forgiveness, I'd already forgiven them, but understanding. Marcus, would you like to know about Aunt Ruth's storage unit? I told them everything. About the $2.3 million, about how I'd known all along I could solve their problems. Marcus' faith went through shock, confusion, and finally awe. You let us struggle when you could have helped us. Yes? Why? Because you needed to learn that I'm not an ATM. I'm a person. Our relationship can't be based on what I can give you. Lisa was crying. You could have let us lose everything. But you're family. And family means teaching each other the hard lessons. Marcus hugged me like he never had since he was a child. Thank you, Mom. Thank you for loving me enough to let me fail. 2 years later, Marcus and Lisa had paid off all their debts. He'd gone back to school. She had started a catering business. They rebuilt their lives from the ground up. I started a foundation with Ruth's money, helping single mothers go back to school. The kind of help I wish I'd had. Marcus volunteers there every Saturday, telling his story to the women who come in. Last week he brought me flowers, for no special occasion. Mom, Lisa and I are having a baby, a girl. We want to name her Ruth Margaret, after the two strong women we know. I thought about my sister Ruth, who taught me one final lesson, that sometimes the greatest gift is the opportunity to learn your own strength. I said that's a beautiful name. Mom, would you help us? Not with money, just with advice on how to raise a daughter who's strong and kind, like you. And I said yes, because that's what this was all about. Justice isn't always about making people pay. Sometimes it's about teaching them to value what they almost lost. My name is Margaret Chen. I'm 68 years old, and I finally learned that the greatest power isn't in how much you can give, but in knowing when to let the people you love learn to give to themselves. Did you like this story? Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. Your support needs everything. Leave a like and subscribe for more inspiring stories. See you in the next one.